All right, welcome. So this is going to be like a brainstorm talking sesh. But we're going to be going over like what I'm thinking about when I want to create a new app or a new startup or a new business. I mean, the biggest things that I'm really always trying to think about is I want to create an app that's downhill. And what does downhill mean? It means that people are already looking for the solution to my product, right? Like the opposite of downhill would be uphill, right? Which would mean I have to like force people to buy my thing because I have to over explain it. It's too complicated. It's just too hard to get them to understand. Okay, so a downhill product means somebody is already actively looking for the solution. They just haven't found it yet. All right, an example would be the job market is super hard right now. So creating an easy way for people to apply to jobs, like a job board, or everybody in this economy needs a secondary income. So maybe if some sort of side hustle is profitable, that's a downhill product because it's easy to get them to understand. Now, if the product is too complicated, yeah, but if it's just like, hey, I'll help you get a side hustle or I'll build an app that could turn into a side hustle and make them some money, that's considered a downhill product because it's easy to sell, right? We want to make something that is phenomenal, but is also very easy to sell. So again, downhill product. Another one is like the people that we're going to be targeting. I'm trying to build software, or I'm trying to build apps, or I'm trying to build something online, right? So younger demographic is definitely going to be better. Younger-ish, right? Because the youngest don't have money. Financially affluent is another market because they have money. They're willing to buy our products. When we're doing these kinds of things, it's called product market fit, right? We're building a product for a specific market and they'll buy it because it fits their general needs. So we just want to be always thinking about this kind of stuff, right? And I have some crazy ideas for apps, right? I have some crazy ideas for softwares, but I want to make sure that my time is used valuably, right? I want to make sure that every second that I put into this thing is going to create some sort of return, whether it's knowledge or income, and eventually the knowledge will turn into income. But these are the things that I'm always thinking about. So downhill product, younger-ish crowd because they have to know how to use technology, right? If they're over 50, pretty unlikely that they're going to adapt and want to use my product, right? It's possible, but it's very unlikely. Hopefully have some money. Targeting rich people is great. The other thing you got to decide is it going to be B2B or B2C, right? B2B is business to business. B2C is business to consumer, right? So you got to decide that. Obviously, B2B, they have more money to spend, but they're a little bit harder to get them to commit because it's a group of people, right? If you charge for B2B though, you can charge more money, harder to sell. B2C, probably got to charge less money, easier to sell, right? So these are the things you want to think about. Another thing I want you to understand about the current marketplace and building these AI businesses, building these AI products, is that somebody could literally just duplicate most of these businesses in a weekend, right? And that's fine, but I do want some sort of moat on these businesses so they can go a little bit longer, or I'm basically just building businesses for a quick like $1 million in and out. That's also totally fine with me. But again, like we do kind of want some sort of moat that makes us different, right? So we're just going to call that a moat. And the reason that it's easy to do this is there's the no code stuff that I'm going to be building is very easy, right? But I consider myself very creative. And also what I have as an advantage is marketing. These are just like more of like a checklist of what I'm trying to think of before I build something, right? Does it check the boxes? Okay, the other thing you have to think about is like what is going to be the reason they buy? There's typically like the big three main niches, right, are going to be like health, wealth, relationships. And when I say relationships, that could be, sex, it could be another partner, it could be healing your relationships, it could be friends, it could be community, right? Relationships kind of wraps it all in, but it's always health, money, or relationships, right? Those are the big three main niches, and those are probably pretty hard, right? We could easily go to like the App Store and copy a calorie counting app, or we could make some sort of dating app, right? But those are kind of played out. Like we kind of want to be unique, and it has to be something that people want already. There has to be like they already want the solution, but it just hasn't been made yet, right? So now I'm just going to kind of start brainstorming app ideas, and I'm gonna just rapid fire. I'm just gonna basically let them roll and just kind of play it where it comes out, right? And this is called, creativity, right? So you're basically just using your creative brain to brainstorm as many ideas as you can. Side hustle app could help people pick a side hustle. It could give a side hustle, right? Could be a side hustle. Could be a marketplace for side hustles. Something like that. That's a good idea. Job seekers. Yeah, really, it's more like side hustle. Like who am I targeting, right? So side hustle, lures, job seekers. I really do like the idea of creating a new resume type thing. Other vibe coders, right? Because remember how I said I want to sell stuff downhill? Who's the most likely going to be interested in buying an app or a vibe code thing is other vibe coders because they know about it. They're in the same wheelhouse. So it could be like an app that gives them the best prompts, other vibers. Vibers, no. Vibe coders. I had a crazy idea of making a God app. Like religious people. So like God AI, Jesus AI. Someone you can talk to and is programmed to be in the likeness of God to give you advice. I think that's a crazy idea, but it's been around forever. Put the Bible into an AI app. People would love that. That's a pretty easy one to sell. AI agents, I just really want to make some of these for businesses to do lead gen and help sales. That'd be easy for me to sell, hard for probably somebody else. I was thinking an AI agent that lowballs people. So like imagine if you had like a AI agent that basically was able to somehow get into Facebook Marketplace or eBay or Craigslist and just like lowball offers. Like let's say like I just bought a really expensive watch, right? And let's say instead of me like shopping for the best one, I just had an AI agent go out there, find all of them that are online and then just send them like a really lowball offer. Or imagine if you could do this for real estate, or if you could do this for land or some big purchases where you just have an AI agent that lowballs everybody till you finally get somebody who accepts your lowball offer, and then you can make some money reselling it. I think that's kind of cool. I saw an app for traders. It basically, you would take your screenshot of the chart you're looking at and put it into the app, and it would analyze it and tell you what to do. I thought that was kind of cool. They're mildly affluent. Those sub niches are very, very important. What else did I write down? I mean, I'm gonna make some games. Games. Yeah, they're definitely gonna see me make a game. And the reason I'm gonna make a game and not charge money is I want to learn how to do premium. I want to see if I can get it listed on the App Store. It'll be a learning experience essentially. Oh, I'm big face now. Another one is like content creators. Personal brand. Apps would be good. And apps for marketing. Maybe some sort of AI that creates content. Marketing. What are some other ones that I'm not thinking of? I mean, the other thing you got to think about is like, when do people spend money? When they have something new, right? Or when it's like they're gonna buy their first house, or they're gonna have their first baby, or they're getting their first dog, they're moving somewhere, they're going to college, right? So all of these things, they're spending money, and they want information, right? They want something to help make the process better. Another random one is like, I was thinking of manifestation apps. Like teach people how to manifest money. I think that would be kind of a good one because people like that kind of stuff, and I actually know quite a bit about that. Something about dogs, some sort of dog app. I don't know, maybe a reminder to walk your dog or to take your dog to the vet, or maybe some sort of like box of deals, like whenever there's like a blowout sale for dog toys, like you get notified. I did kind of like a software loot box. So you would join a newsletter, and then they would send you discount software opportunities. Not the best, but loot boxes are kind of cool. Oh, I'm going to definitely make a directory. So that's a directory is just something that ranks on Google, and it would be really, really cool to build, and I could definitely do that for one of these months. What else are the things that I've been thinking about building that'd be fun or that'd be worth? I mean, obviously we should just be looking on the App Store. I mean, I always also kind of like to go to Facebook ad library. Let's just see all ads. Pakistan, United States. What other apps are people selling? Because if they're running ads for it, they're probably making money somehow. Utopia, Rubik's Cube. I wanted to make something for gambling. People love gambling. Sports betting, blackjack. I wanted to make an app where you could play chess and you could like bet money against each other. Or you could bet money on who's gonna win. I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, healthy eating. I mean, I might as well just write them down, right? So health, wealth, relationships. Those would be pretty ones that we could make pretty easy. But I want to make something that's really useful. That's the other thing is like I want it to be useful. Like I want it to have value. I just told you guys I'm going to make a game. It's not going to have any useful, but it is what it is. What other apps we got on here? Not really seeing a whole lot of stuff. I mean, a crypto app would be kind of cool. Something that helps you like know which ones. But then you run into like giving people financial advice. Ooh, I was going to make a funding app. Like which credit cards to apply for to help people do that. That's a good one. Another big one that I've been realizing is like a lot of books have very good insights that you can turn into an app. So that's kind of cool. That will make me money. Let's see what it says. Good old ChatGPT. Number 1, niche job board. Simple client CRM, accountability tracker, cold email vault, AI prompt library. That's a good one. Business idea generator, invoice and proposal, 8 digital products for delivery, travel planning tool. Well, travel planning tool would be kind of cool. AI powered website cleaner. What does that mean? Scan for broken links, missing meta tags. So that's cool. Side hustle evaluator. It's listening to my thoughts. Testimonial collector. That's kind of cool. Local lead tracker. Simple client portal. Affiliate link organizer. Central dashboard organizes affiliate links. I like that one. Just because I deal with that a lot. I mean, I want to make apps for sales teams, or coaching businesses. Well, this was just, brainstorming. Right. Again, though, I think the most valuable thing that we can really drop into your mind, obviously watch my video on creating offers. Do your own brain dump where you have, hopefully a little bit more time and a lot of caffeine. And just think of all the ideas that you want to build, right? This was just to get the juices flowing. Now my brain is fully creating something that I really want to do, like that I really want to build. It's like for me, now I'm just gonna like condense this into the best ideas, the best buckets, right? So the main buckets that I think is good is something for side hustlers, buckets, job seekers, side hustlers, vibe coders, sales team, salespeople, gamers, manifestors, dog owners, mothers, parents, other software nerds, gamblers, marketers. I don't think I put them yet. Like explorers. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, investors. There's like an identity behind like why they would buy something from you. Like they have their identity of who they are and they would buy this kind of product because, right? Or they have this pain point and this will relieve them from that pain, right? Those are the main reasons people buy. So we want to make something. Another one would be like blue collar workers or business owners. I have a crazy idea where I could make an AI agent that reaches out to businesses and says that we'll make them a new website for like $500, and then if they buy, I make their website real quick, and it could just be constantly reaching out to every single business on Google. Tons of crazy stuff you can do with the AI agents, but we'll get into that later. So this is just me brainstorming. You need to do this or take one of these ideas. Think about something that you think would be truly useful and, start writing it down. Start brainstorming. Start creating your buckets of who you want to serve with your product and then start getting more granular and just pick one and then take a deep dive. All right, I'll show you how to make a deep dive once you pick one next. All right, talk to you in the next one.